Hello, Blue Whisper here. I'm just going to throw together a quick video. I took a little video outside of some things growing I wanted to show you. And one of the things that you'll see in when I clip it together is it's called a catalpa tree or a catawapa tree. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it. But it's also known as the cigar tree or the Indian bean tree. And it looks like it's got these huge green beans growing off of it. And I was looking up the magical correspondence. And apparently the Indians had used the leaves for medicinal purposes. And you could look that up on your own. The leaves were commonly used for like heart problems, as an emetic, as a antidiarrheal, some other things. And then there was let me look here. There was something that said something about the magical wand correspondences. Let me see what it says here. It's about bringing focus to you, leadership, I guess. Anyway, I didn't really take the time to look it up thoroughly. But anyway, these are things that you could look up on your own. But the bean-looking things that grow on them are quite interesting. And I got to thinking about, the magical uses of these, and it's something that I'm going to study on a little bit more. Whether or not I can use something for nature internally, like in teas or whatever, I always study it completely, make sure I know what I have before I take it internally. Other things, I like to know the magical properties of them because, I dehydrate it and I can use it as a candle dressing. I can make probably some incense with it. I've been watching how to make my own incense. Usually I just use a wet burner, little potpourri, a little electric potpourri pot. I call it my electric cauldron. And hey, it works as long as you put your intent in there. But I'm going to learn about, and I've started. Today I started making my own incense, and I'm learning water as an additive seems to be better than oils so far. But like I said, I'm just learning. And I'll get to that. Something I wanted to show you today, too, is my witchy stick. And let me see if I can see what I'm showing you here. This was hand-carved. I don't know, you won't be able to see it. And it is a result of a sapling tree that started to grow with a vine wrapped around it, and so the bark was left on. And if you see really closely, I've got my little pink-eyed snake wrapped around my magic staff, and I've got a little bit of rabbit fur around the knob. And then the one thing I'm working on, and this has been going on for a while because I can't seem to find the right thing for the end of it, and it's thick, but I love it, is my magic wand. And it has a green-eyed snake wrapped around it. This is the end. I don't have an end on it yet. I've got a couple of different things I thought would work. They just didn't do it. And the handle is rabbit fur. So I don't know how well you can see my wand there. One of the things I did find, and it's not going to work on this particular stick. It's just, the stick's just, or this wand just said no. But I'm going to find a use for this somewhere. Check this out. Let me see if you can see it. A little crystal skull. And it's already ready. It's got, apparently it's a handle. Got this at Hobby Lobby. Now, it was kind of expensive. I think it was like $8 maybe for this little skull. But that was also where I got this. And I knew my staff needed something bigger, and I think I want something more pointy on my wand. And I kind of want something with an emerald green to match the snake's eyes. And I just haven't found it yet. And so every once in a while, I take this to the altar. I do a blessing and cleansing on it. And I've had it outside during storms before I put the rabbit fur on. I've had it out in the full moon. This thing is going to be loaded with magic when it's ready. So right now, I pretty much just using my little glass athame and feathers. Well, hello everybody, Blue Whisper here. I'm out in my front yard and we've got like this really huge rock next to the house here. And I just kind of wanted to come out and show you what's growing out here. This is native to this area. Look at these. No, these are not green beans. This is, help me out here, I hope I pronounce it correctly, a catalupa or a catawupa tree. Anyway, it's also known as an Indian bean tree or the cigar tree, Indian cigar tree. The leaves are huge. Look at the size, and that's just one of the smaller leaves that I can reach. All right. There's some magical properties to the wood. I'm gonna have to look them up, but the wood is supposed to be really sturdy. I hear some noises back here. I wonder what's going on. If I see a snake, you're going to hear me scream. Okay, also, I've gotten, I picked some of these already. Red clover. And yes, I use these. Oh, now I'm going to show you something interesting. Okay. Y'all know what this is, right? Yep. And I'm going to get me a bunch of these. When it comes to poison oak and poison ivy and poison sumac, in our practice, I'm not going to tell you what I use it for. Oh, yes, evil that I am. However, I do want to say this. If you're going to mess with this, now it doesn't really seem to bother me, but I'm not going to take any chances. Use gardening gloves. When working, do not use your dehydrator in your house, and do not burn it, because anybody who's around this stuff, when it's dehydrating, or if you're burning it, if you let it dry and burn it, that could be a problem. However, I don't see a problem with drying it out naturally and using it in, say, in a jar, in a bottle, in a poppet. But always remember, always wear gloves. Get some rubber gloves if you're ever going to work with this. My suggestion is find something else unless you're adventurous and nasty. I guess, or whatever. I've got so much of this. I could be set for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing something with this really soon. This is kind of a shady area, so my irises, and it's been so wet this year, the irises did not do very well. And they're not really mine, they're just growing here. Things just, somebody planted them and they just kind of went wild. Here's part of the big rock, and you can see it goes all the way up, and it even goes into the side porch. And it's so dark in there, otherwise I'd take you in and show you how they had to build the porch around the rock, because it's actually like inside. Okay, well, there's a lot more I could show you. Oh, my marigolds. Planted them from seeds, and I think they're doing quite well. And it's hard for me to see what you're seeing because it's bright out here. And, well, that's pretty much it. Let you see the beautiful trees. It's a gorgeous day, warm. That's poison ivy. Okay, that's it. Blessed be.